Okay, guys. So today we're going to continue with our Nextjs class, and first thing we're going to understand the folder structure, right? So this is the project one dash Nextjs. If you look at inside, right, the app is the main folder. Okay, app folder, right, is the main folder where you're going to write all your code. Plus, you can have another folder also, right, outside of app. But the reason for app folder is to handle the routing, right? And we're going to talk about routing just now, but just remember app is the main folder. You can have any other folders right here for maybe database, for just creating components, right? Components, reusable components you can put inside the components folder, like which can be used again and again, right? Reusable components, okay? And the rest is just the files given by the when you install, right? Packages and readme file, because it has tailwind or config there, right? Git ignores, eslint is there. Inside the public folder you can add some images, right? Like a maybe let's say external css file, or maybe image, any external resource, right? Something external you can add it here if you have to. Like we have some image here, okay? Next, spg parcel, right? This is the spg file for image, but that is the image, right? So you can add some image there also. Okay, the only thing we have to understand is app, right? So what I will do, I'm gonna delete what we have done yesterday. I'll just delete this, right, and start again. So if I go back now and look at my page, refresh, so we're still getting this, right? The only thing is I'm importing all that here, okay? Like a button, users, and all that, right? And you can look at here. Okay, let me just clean up everything. See, you know, let's look at a component. How you create component, right? Very simple. This is the top level page, okay? Top level page, right? Which is inside the app page. This page will run first as a child, right? Inside the layout. This is our HTML here in the layout. Inside the body, you have this children. So these children, right? When you have localhost 3000, this component is running, okay? Page component is running. So I have to create page component. I'll just call this shortcut arrow function component, like this. So I can call this home page maybe, or anything, right? See how I'm creating a component, capital H for the function name. This is arrow function. Now you return the HTML, right? So here, this is the wrapper, okay? This div is the wrapper, right? If I have more than one HTML, oh, I forgot to fix my, this VS code, right? To get that suggestion. If you have more than one HTML, you wrap in the box, okay? Either in the div or just a fragment, right? Like this. This will also work. But if you need a div to create a box, right? You just put a div, because sometimes you need a box, to just separate or align something differently, right? Then you can use the div. Okay, so now if I go back to my page here, you see home page and the paragraph, right? This return, this one is sent as a child, right? This information is sent as a child to layout here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to learn is routing, right? What is routing? That's what we're going to learn. Okay, let me, I mean, here is the readme file inside here, inside this, right? let's go back to the Next.js. If you look at the document here, right, routing, the terms, terminology, right, the first you will see these terms being used throughout the documentation. Here is a quick reference, right? I mean, if you look at this diagram, inside the app folder, you can have blog folder, then you can have slug, right, folder like this, wrap in the bracket. Okay, so I will tell you what is that. Next folder is dashboard, then you have analytics, settings, right? Setting can have password, maybe profile, whatever, right? Different folders. So see how this is structured. Routing, okay, routing, right? How we do routing in Next.js? What is that is the important. In any website, right? Routing is the important part. Okay, routing when you're creating a website, uh, like let's call this even this page, right? Look at the here. If I click showcase, see this showcase page open. If I click doc, the document open. If I click blog, the blog page opens, right? So this is routing in Next.js, right? How routing is done? It's very simple. Inside the app, right? Let's say you are creating a site, right? It has a home page, about page, contact page, and maybe image gallery, something like that, right? Something like that. Okay, there are different pages. Okay, so you just write a folder, and this is about, right? About. So this is about page. Okay, but how? If I go right and if I click in our local host here, about, for example, about, right? Enter. It will give me error, right? This page could not found. So what is the page that will be navigated, right? When I go to the about route, how? What is that? So you must call the page.js. It must be the page. The name should be same, right? Here, page. Okay. And you're going to create a component now, right? And let's call this component about page. See? So now look at here. Okay, let's go to the home page first. Home page, right? I just click localhost 3000, and this is the home page. Now if I go slash, right, about page, so I'm in the about page now. See, so this route is working now, right? Okay, that's fine. I need to create one more called about, then maybe blog page, right? So let's create here blog. Again, same thing. You're gonna need the page, right? The name will be always page. Okay, if that is a page, make sure you put the page there, page.js, or when we learn TypeScript from tomorrow, right? Just put page.ta. I mean, we're gonna explain it when we go to the TypeScript. TS, okay, TSX, right? So here, let's say this is the page, right? You just have to write component now. So React arrow function, create export, and I can call this, what is that, blog page, right? So capital B blog, right? Blog page. Let's call it. This name can be anything. Only thing is export, right? When you're exporting, make sure the function name is same what you exporting, right? Clear? Blog page. So if I go back here, slash blog now, right? Blog. So no s, I believe I didn't put s, right, in my file name. I mean, you can just leave the blog only, right? Let's leave the blog, okay, without s. See, I'm in the blog page now. Look at that. Good. So that's how you create the route, right, in the Nextjs. Very easy. Just folder name and page, right, and then you put the component here. That is one thing, important one, very important one. You can have many, many, let's call it route, right? So let's say contact, okay, contact. So I will change this one. Let me change the s. Blocks means many, right? There will be many blocks. So let's change that, and I just have to make it s here so that it will work. So that is block page now, right? Good to go. So now contact page, I will make one more page, page.js, react arrow function, create export, and this will be contact page. Simple enough. So we have three routes now, right? About page, blog page, contact. If you go here, contact, enter, right, and you will be sent to the contact page. Inside that page, right, inside the contact page. Very nice. Okay, so now we have, right, we have the route. Let's understand the layout, right? Layout, and why layout is most important things created, right? Why? So we have layout inside the app. Inside the app, we have layout here. This is the global layout, okay, root layout, right? Even this one is a component. Look at here. Export default function, right? Just writing it, you can write even like this, okay? The name of the function is root layout, and then you passing the children right here, which will be just added to the body, right? So if you remember, when you go to the blog, that child will be blog page. When you go to contact, this child will be just replaced with the contact information. When you go to the what was that, about, right, the information will be replaced with about. Now, so this is just the children of the page, right? Now my goal is to create heading and header and footer, right? So I can navigate all this page. How I can do that? So that is, header and footer is not a component and not a page, right? It's just a component. Okay, so maybe inside my components folder, what I will do, I'm gonna call it header, right, or a navbar, maybe navbar dot js. Okay, so react arrow function, create export navbar, right? So this is a component, so I must do capital navbar, like better, right? It's a React says, right, when you create a component, make sure the name of your function is capital, the first letter, okay? Navbar. Similarly, I will create a footer, right? So footer.js and react arrow function, create. See, even in the page, right, we adding same thing, exact same thing, nothing different, just the component. But the only different is the meaning, right? Here, if you put in the page, that means this will open when you navigate to this about link slash about. This page will run, right? If I have here another page, let's call it maybe something, right? Header.js. I can put there. This header component can be added here, like if you add some function components, right, something create here, and you can import to this page. But when you go to the route about, this is the one which will run, okay? Page is the one which is going to run first. That is the page, right? So remember that. And the name is important, okay? This page JS is important. You must, if you put page one, it's not going to work, or about page like this, not going to work. page is important. Okay, so we got the header and footer, right? Where are we going to put that? Inside the layout. Okay, layout is the common file, right, for grouping things together. So this is the root layout. What I will do, right, I'm gonna go inside the body, and I called here nav bar, right? Nav bar from component nav bar import, right? Just import that, and first it's gonna display nav bar. The children is the one changing, right, all the time. Sometimes it will be about, sometimes it will be blocks, sometimes it will be contact, whatever, right? So whatever page you click on, it will be changed, right? And then you want the footer also to display in each page. Okay, footer, right, like that. All right, so we have nav bar. So footer most likely did not import, so let me check. Yeah, so I have to import footer, right, from here. So now that error should be gone, right? Save. So look at compiled successfully, right? Fine. So let's go to the page. Look at here, you have nav bar and footer, right? What I'm going to do, right, I will just write little bit of css here. Okay, what I will do is I'm just going to just put in the main box here, right, like one, some kind of wrap or deep, something like that, and put everything inside there. And I will just add class name, tailwind css. Just put container, contain container, and then mx auto, right. We're going to learn tailwind next week, but refresh. It did not work. What is the reason? Main there. Let's see. px maybe 10, right? I just put the padding 10. Let's see, that will work. Yeah, it work. But I don't know why the container did not work. So just put something like, space on the left side so you guys can see clearly. But you can look at here, right? You have the nav bar and the footer, and then the content is changing. Contact page. If I go to the about page, right? Or let's go to the root page. Okay. See, nav bar is there, footer is there. Only thing changes this one, right? This part. If I go to about, only thing changes about page, right? If I go to contact, right, only thing changes contact. Nav bar is there, footer is there, right? Just this is changing. So that's how you create the header, nav bar, and footer, right? You can add margin. Okay, let's add margin top, maybe 10 also, right? It will just push it down. Yeah, fine. Okay, so let's create a nav bar, right? Quickly, let's add a nav bar. Okay, so remember when I create a nav bar, right, what I will do, I'm going to have a const. Let's add some variables like this, and id I'm going to give 1. Then I have label, right? Label, label, label. So that will be, remember the first one is home page, right? So let's call it home. The second one, not second, but the home, right? And the href will be, home is what, like this, right? That is the root route. I'll just copy this couple of times. So I'm gonna just bring it down, comma. That was the first item in the array, second item, third item, fourth item, right? I'm changing the to id, and this will be about, and you're gonna have about, about route, right? You have root route slash about, right? Good. Then this will be 3, This is blog, right? So let's call it blog. This is the label, okay? And here will be blogs. So maybe blogs. Let's put blogs, right? And the fourth is contact, right? So the label will be contact us like this, and contact, right? Make sure this name is exactly to your folder name, okay? If I put here something, it will not work, right? Different. So done. Okay. So now what I will do, right? My, let's say this is the header, because this is navigation, right? I will put inside the header, okay? Header box. Now one more thing I want to tell you guys, right? The link is coming, okay? Next is coming, right? We will talk about the link also, but for now I'll just import link here, okay? Link is a tag, right? In import link from next slash link, right? I just have lost that auto suggestion, I need to fix my Visual Studio. So this link is a tag for a tag, right? Inside the Nextjs. Exact. We're not using a tag, but this is the a tag, right? And the benefit of this is, remember, when you click to go to the next page, right? You don't want to reload the whole page, okay? You just want to replace the content, and that will be done with the link tag, right? If you use a tag will refresh the whole page, and you don't want to do that, okay? So always use link tag, right? So here, what I will do, I'm gonna have a link tag, right? First, let's make a link tag. Sorry, guys. Link. Why am okay? Caps lock. Link component, okay, like this, and maybe call it logo, right? Logo. Good. So if you have a link, you must provide the attribute here, right? So that is href. That will be just going to the home page, right? You must provide this href. Everyone remember, right? When you have a tag, what we used to do. Let's call it home here, right? And then you must give the href, right? And something like going to home or somewhere like that. Same things, exact same thing. Okay. So that is a link. Now what I will do, right? I just call the nav here, nav, right? And inside, I'm going to loop through this, okay? I need to display all this in the. So how you insert, right? So this is the curly bracket, okay? Now the thing we're going to learn is, if you need to write any JavaScript inside the HTML. So this is HTML. Remember, in React, you can write JavaScript inside the HTML, right? So to put JavaScript, you put a curly bracket, and you can write now a JavaScript, right? So the links is the array. So I'm just going to write map, right? Or loop. You can write for loop, but map is the better one. So just stick to the map. Dot map. It will take the callback function, each item from the array, right? And so every time you loop, right, you're getting each item, and that item must go in the link tag like this. So now again, this is HTML. So I must put curly bracket link dot label. So that will be home page the first time. Next, you must put here the href, right? Href. Here you put link dot href, correct? That one, right? So for home page, it will be slash. One more thing, when you map through the array, right, you have to provide key for each element, okay? So here, just put the key property and give it link dot id, right? The key is unique number to identify this item in the page, right? So when you have this mapping, right, or basically iterating through the array, you must have to provide this key. So done, we finished, right? So let's look at our page. Okay, so look at this. We have logo, home page, about page, blog page, contact us, right, like that. So if I click blog, go to blog page, click contact, right, go to contact page, click about, go to about page, click home, go to home page, right? Look at that. So that this page is not changing. The only thing changing is the children, right, side. If you go to the layout, only thing changing is this one. Okay, that's it. So even you can define the footer, right? So you go back to the footer here, and maybe, yeah, so just go to the chat GPT, right? What I will ask, Nextjs, create nice footer. Oh, I didn't ask Tailwind, right? So okay, it will add something. No, I didn't put anything, just this, right? I don't want that. I was going to ask with start with the Tailwind and all that, right? So here what I will do, just put a p tag, right? And this is a footer section. I mean, you can add whatever you want, right? Here does not matter. We have to style it, but right now we're not doing anything. So let's put it one image, right? So something, some icon, maybe copyright here. Okay, fine. So if you look at now, right, if you go back here and you can see this, we just have to style it. Okay, we just have to style this right properly, but it's not styled. But remember, you have to put this in the top and all that, just to make a little bit nice, right? I'm going to use tailwind. Okay, just little bit, not much. So this is the header section. Here is two children, right? Nav and link. So to apply tailwind, you just put the class name here, class name, and you can call it flex. So what happened, right? When you do the flex, this is basically display flex. This one is applied now, right? So this property is applied, display flex. Once you do that, this one and this one will be in one row, right? So refresh, look at that logo there and home page, right? Let's make a border, right? Border, okay, just put a border, bottom, okay, and then make a gap of maybe 4, so refresh and see there is a border and gap of 4, right? Now same thing you can do with this one also. So this one is the child of the nav, right? So here, class name flex, item center, and then make a gap of maybe 4, right? And look at that, we just become like this. What you can do is here also, right? You can make it item center horizontally, and okay, it did not go to the center. So let's see. Oh, item center, my god, not start, right? So I don't know why it did not move. And there is a lot of, okay, it, I believe it moved, right? But the thing is, there is a lot of gap on the top. Remember in the layout, what we have done margin top 10 pixel, right? So that is affecting. So I can remove this. Let's not worry about little bit. I just want to make a little bit CS, right? But it's okay. We're gonna learn about all this, So that's how it looks. Now you can increase the height of the header, right? So go back here and header, just give it some padding, y-axis maybe 4 or 4, something like that, and save, and you will see some space there. Now it's okay. So look at now, right? Contact us. You see the contact page, blog, that is blog page, about page, home, this is a home page, right? And logo also is a home page, same. You can now you can keep moving to different page, right? And only these things change, the children change. Your footer is there and your navbar is there, right? Always there. Okay, so what we have learned just now, right? Routing in Nextjs. Page, how you're going to create a page, and the layout, right? Layout also. So we're going to learn about layout more details, right? Because layout, you can have the nested layout also. Nested layout, right? Basically, even I can add layout here, right? Layout here. Let's say I have different things, different page, different sections, right? Like different navbar for this block section, right? I can put a layout and structure everything in one place. So I will not go too much complex right now, but remember layout can be used for the any section, any component, basically any page, right? Any routes separately. Okay, remember that. Okay, so next thing what we can do, right? Let's see. That is the page. We learn how to create page. What is dynamic page now, right? Okay, so when you open this blog, right, you might gonna have many blocks, correct? So here I will call it h1, right, and blog 1. So when you click this blog 1, right, okay, let's do something. Import link, that link. See, I'm not getting the suggestion from next link. I just import the link. Here I'm gonna call the link, right, link tag, and provide the href, okay, href, and I will just add, right, some dynamic route here, slash, uh let's go to slash blogs slash 1, right? Okay, 1, and this, call it blog 1, right? I don't have that data, but I'm just creating something, and this will go to the 2, right? This will go to the 3. So let's add here 3. So see, this number is a string now, right? This number is a string. So later, right, you're gonna get the dynamic like number from the database, okay? So in that case, you might have something like this, dollar, right, and the ID or number, something like that, okay? Just remember that. 2, 3, right? 3. Good. So if we go to our blog page, right, blog here, let's go to the blog, and you can see blog 1, 2, 3, right? If you click on this, just watch here on the top, right? Click and see, we went to the blog slash 3, right? And right now we don't have anything here, okay? Our footer is on the bottom. We just added the page with the full height and all that, right? We don't have this page. This is the dynamic route, right? Sometimes will be 3, sometimes will be 4, sometimes will be 5. So how we create dynamic route? So inside the blocks, you want to get to the dynamic route, so just add the folder and the curly bracket like this, and just put here ID whatever, right? Good. Now inside this ID you're gonna have page.js, right? And React arrow function, same component, very easy. Let's call it blog details page, right? Okay. So even you can get right what is rendered there on the top, like the ID, right? You can get here by just calling the params object, okay? Params, right? And then just call it const id equal to params.id, and just display it here, right? So I'm going to display the variable that is JavaScript curly bracket id. Good. Now just look at this page and see how it will work, right? So I have three right now. See the blog details page, uh three, right? And because I don't have that layout there, layout page, right, to display all that, the blog page might have all the list of the blog on the side. So you need a layout page, right? And you can put the navigation there for that particular blog page. So if I have three, you see three here, right? If I put one, see, now I have the new page with the blog ID 1. If I put 2, I'm gonna get the new page with the blog ID 2. So you can have that defined, right, in the layout, all the routes for the blog, and it should be fine, right? So this is called dynamic route, okay? If you need a dynamic route, you must put it like this inside the blog slash ID, right? And inside that page you're gonna display that. Okay, so what we have learned so far, right? How to create a page, navigation, right? How you create the route, basically routing page, router, right? Inside the app, you just create a folder, put the page, and then write a component, right? Next will be like dynamic routes. So you just put the folder with a angle bracket and the ID right inside, and then put the page there. Okay, that's how you create the dynamic route. So we understand the route now, right? Let's look at few more things. So the important thing, right? Nextjs has like folder and file system, the naming system, right? Already predefined. For something you're gonna use this name like that, right? I mean, just for example, let's say, remember sometimes, right, when you load YouTube, you just see the blank page with the diagram right on the background placeholder. That is called loading, right? That is called what? Loading. So how we create loading? So let's say I want loading for my blog, right? Or maybe each blog. Then I will just go here and I will add loading.js like that. Simple enough, okay? And then I will just create a folder and just put the loading, right? Maybe blog. Okay, that's it. So here, and you're done. Nothing, no need to do anything, right? In the future, maybe after when we work with the project, right, we will see how you can more create like more not dynamic, but like nice loading page, right? Which can have that whole space occupied. Okay. Right now it will just display this page, right? But it will be so fast, maybe you're not gonna see. Okay. So I will just refresh here. Let's go to the blog, right? Refresh everything, and I will click on the three. Okay. There was so quick, like loading and gone, right? I mean, it was so quick, you're not gonna see that. So I mean, we can install the delay, right? There is a library, I believe, called delay, right? Like that. npm package delay, right? npm package delay, just to make something delay, right? Yeah, so you can install that and then install delay. Okay, so I'll just create one more terminal here. And oh, sorry, I have to go to that. No, let me go back here. I'll just off Control C and then install that delay. Once I have installed, right, you can just call it, so import delay from delay like that, and await delay, right? Okay, so you have to just make it await delay. So see where you want to call the delay, right? So most likely in my blog page here, details page, and so let's see. Yeah, so just call await, right? Await delay, and because I'm adding await, right, my function must be async. Okay, async, and the delay you can put like timer, right? Let's say 5 seconds, something like that. Okay, because we have loading now, right? This page will load after 5 seconds. So in that time, this loading will display. So that is what I'm trying to show you now, right? So, I'll just go to home page, refresh one time. Okay, I need to run the server, right? I put that npm run dev. So let's give a second. So we understand the routers, how you're gonna create the routes. We create navbar, footer, right? And there is some stuff in the middle that is coming from the page. So refresh. Okay, so let's go to the blog, and once I click, what happened? Okay, so I will click on the block 3, right? And you see loading there, loading block, it will, it will load after 5 seconds. Okay, and it load now, right? You can see the block 3. So that was the loading, right? That's how the loading works. But later in our project, we're going to design nice loading page. Okay, so it will be same like if the whole page, right, there are many components, maybe form, maybe some card and something you want to table, right? So you want to display that image like a background kind of image, right, as a placeholder while loading the page. Okay, so that is what we're going to design. Okay, so what is the next thing we're going to do now, right? So layout, a layout is a UI that is shared between multiple routes, right? So the route layout is shared with all the routes. That is the route, right? Plus you can have layout, right? Let's say here is the dashboard route, and you can have layout there with the page, and maybe for other folder like settings, there is a page inside the settings, like sub route, right? So how you create a sub route? So just nesting, same thing, folder nesting, right? So let's call this not there. You must be in the app, right? You cannot create outside. So you can have, let's call this dashboard, right? Dashboard, right? Inside I have the page, maybe, yes, dashboard, right? The next thing I have maybe setting page inside also, right? So I can have folder called setting, right? And then I'm gonna have a page there inside the setting. It's just the, like how you create the structure of the folder, right? The routing work exactly same here. So let's call it setting page. Okay, good. I can have a layout, right? I can add layout here in the setting, or maybe let's put in the dashboard right here. Layout, the name will be same. Okay, layout dot js, always same, no different, right? So yeah, so that is all here. When you have a layout, right, remember this layout will run first, and you have to pass the children inside, right? You must pass the children inside here. So let's look at this layout, and I'll just copy this code, okay, from here, right? And I will change some of the stuff, or maybe no need, right? Just get from here. Dashboard layout, yeah. I don't need TypeScript. I'm using JavaScript. Make sure you just go to JavaScript and copy that. So let me close this layout. Loading, I will close that. Footer, close all these things. I don't need. So here in the layout, right? I'll just place that. Export default function, dashboard layout. So this is the page, right? Nested layout, okay? And you can add a nav bar now, right? Look at here. Return a nav bar. Let's put here dashboard nav bar, right? Maybe blog nav bar, something like that. But here is a dashboard. So, if I'm gonna create the learning system, right? Learning management system for my online service, right? I'm gonna have a dashboard for the student, okay? And there I will create something like this dashboard, right? So navbar, dashboard navbar. For now, I just put something nav, just that name navbar. And then you have children, right? So you can structure this page where you want. Okay, this is like a common layout page, right, for the dashboard. So my dashboard I don't have in my route. Okay, remember in the root navbar I don't have, so I can go back here, right? In the navbar, I'll just create one dashboard here. So that is 5, and let's remove this contact. So I just call this dashboard. Must be comma separate, right? And dashboard. Okay, dashboard. Good to go. So let's go back now to our page. I will refresh this. Look at the dashboard is here. So if I click on this dashboard, right? Look at here, dashboard navbar. So I'm gonna have a sidebar here, right? And then student can go to their profile, maybe they can go to the HTML section, CSS section, JavaScript, React, whatever, right? They can click on and then click the video, or may learn the content there, watch video, just do whatever, right? Maybe student dashboard can have some information like notice board on the top, right? So they can, when they log in, they can see the next class schedule, maybe the link there. They can just click on the link to log in, but there will be like time or something displayed. Things like that may be added to the dashboard. So look at this. You can see the dashboard here, right? If I have to go setting now, right? Setting folder is inside the dashboard folder. So I'll just go slash setting, right? And you will see setting here. Look at the setting, right? And because we have the layout inside, you still can see the dashboard navbar, right? Just the setting things change inside. But look at this route now. So that's how the routing works, right? This is the nested routes. So we look at the main, like single routes, single folder, nested, and the dynamic route also. And also we understand the layout. So just read through here, just read through and then just practice what we have done, right, so far. But next one is linking, right, and navigating. The link component, we are using link, right? Link is a built-in component that extends HTML8 tag. Look at that. So this link is already built-in component. What we do, right? We are writing our own component, but the link is already built in, and that is just the extension of the A tag, right? Extends means what? Link tag or link components comes with some extra functionality, right? It avoids reloading the page again and again. When you click on the link, right? Like here, we clicking. These are the link. Everywhere is a link, right? The benefit is only these things change. The content change. The reload of page is not happening. Maybe you have a lot of content, right? You just want to change something in the middle. For example, I click blog, okay? Only the content change, okay, here, right? If I go one of the blog, oh, what happened? If I go one of the blog, let's click on here, right? See, it just information displayed, okay, in the middle, right? You can go back, just get here, but the top bar never not changing. But anyway, yeah. So let's look at few more things. What is the next? Link and navigation, right? So navigation, we're going to look at when we do the data fetching and how we can use the navigation, right? Link, use router for the client component, right? And the redirect for the server component. That's it. This is these three things. So we know the link, how to use it. Use router, right? This is the hook. Hooks will always come with the reuse, right? Remember, we start a use state hook. So hook will be used for client component and the redirect for the server component. So if you are in the server component, redirect. If you are in the client, use router, right? So we will talk about linking and navigation maybe tomorrow and few more things, right, in the next day tomorrow. Okay, so we'll try to finish Nextjs basic part tomorrow. And then we're gonna move to the hopefully, let's say, yeah. So next on Thursday, most likely we're gonna do the TypeScript little bit, or we'll stick to the next step. We'll see. So we're gonna do the linking, navigation, and all that, like a use router, redirect, all that, right, tomorrow, and then data fetching, right? Basically, what is data fetching? Uh, okay, I don't know what is that, but we'll just learn how to fetch data, right? So what is server component and client component, right? Before, when you writing JavaScript or if you have used React, right, they all are client component. The client component is something running in your browser. Whoever open the browser, right, the code will run there in the browser, the client side, right? But Next.js is all server component, okay? Everything here is server. It's running in the server, right? Okay, let's do one thing. I just go back here, right? Okay, let's go to the one of the page, about page, right? Let's do there. I will open that page and I'm gonna write some JavaScript, okay? Console.log. This is server page, right? Server page, okay? By default, everything in JavaScript is server, right? Save, right? Okay, so it's run. You don't see anything here because if something console log in the server, right, we must see in the server here in the terminal here, and that is in the about page, right? So let's minimize this, and I'm going to show you now side by side. Okay, so let's go to the about. Look at here, just pay attention, right? I'm going to click the about page and see that this is server page, right? Look at this. It just run in the server. It's not running in the console log. Should be what in the in your console right here, right? But you don't see here, okay? Why? Because all our pages are running in the server. So when you do the hosting, right? When you do hosting, what gonna happen? Your code will run in the server, okay? Server will pack everything and give back you the HTML one. What you're gonna get is just the HTML, all the HTML, all the information from HTML, CSS, right? But mostly it will run in the server. Okay, so if everything is running in the server, right, what happens if you click something on the website? How that will work, right? I mean, I'm clicking here, right? When you click the link, right, remember this routing, what is saying, right? Link component just for navigation, right? Or making clickable, like when you click, go to the different page, right? If you have button and you want to click and you want to take some action, okay, in that case you have that will only, because client, right, somebody like me using the browser, and I click on the browser button, right, and then some function will run there. That is client phase. Okay, so how you normally create a client phase, right? Client, simple, you just put the use client. So I can make one. Okay, let's make this about page client, right? How are you going to do that? Just go on the top, right, and put this called use client. That's it. Now this page become client page. And how we know that? So I will refresh the page again, right? And okay, something happened. Just click on about. So I get some issue here. Okay, so that this is a server page. Look at here, right? You see the message here, but I have some warning, like something just went wrong, right? But anyway, blog, about, home, maybe about, right? You're going to see the message here, okay? This is the server page. Look at that. Now this page has become client page, okay? By soon you put this one, right? You're not going to see something in the server now. You don't see here, just a client page, right? So that's how we make a client page. You're going to learn the use case later, right? When we start creating a project. But for now, just remember, today the work, what you're going to do is, you know, just create navigation bar, footer, everything what I have done, right? Understand how the routing work, how you're going to create the main routes, like basically routing page, right? Slash about slash contact, all that. How you create dynamic or how you create nested route, right? Understand the layout and all that. Okay. So that is the today work. Tomorrow we're gonna learn how to fetch data from the API, and then few more things, right, in Nextjs. And if possible, I mean every day you're gonna learn Nextjs now on, right? Now everything you do is you will do is Nextjs. So if you're writing something that you are doing in the Nextjs, right? So you're learning something there. So that's why I'm not going to spend too much time, right, exploring all that things. You're just going to learn right when needed. Okay, the only thing important is you understand how to create the routes, how you can add the navbar and footer, right? Dynamic routes, you understand dynamic routes, and you understand nested route, right? you know and layout. If you go get that point, the other stuff we will slowly learn. Okay, it's not it's okay, right? That is, it will not like hurt anything. But that is enough to do our job. Okay, guys, so let me stop here.